There we go. Now we're
Lovely.
okay, so last time I just went through my whole process. Like I just made my meal plan while I was on the call with you guys. So you kind of see how I do it. See, it doesn't take that much time once you kind of get in the routine of it. And then I answered questions as I went. So don't feel like you have to just sit and silently watch. Like stop me and say, what are you doing? Or how would this work for me? Or, just whatever. Ask questions as you have them, and feel free to work on your meal plan at the same time. So not two birds out with one stone, right? Time is, we don't have enough of it. So, okay, and I'm grabbing, I shared last time the meal planning book that I have is from Erin Condren, which is my favorite planner system that I'm not even using this year. It's like super cheap though, like the actual meal planner. This book itself is like, I don't know, like $12. It's not that bad, and I've only ever bought 3 of them. You have one, okay. Yeah. So I love it.
And a bunch of them and got them for half price. So I have like 6 or 12 of them.
Yeah, they're great. I should buy these to be like prizes for our groups, because I send out fun things for prizes. Like these would be great because they're not expensive at all. But I like grabbing all my pins, sorry. There it is. I like color coding with it, like, so I'm keeping track of my containers, and I just like writing it out. Handheld paper system's good for me. I stick it up on my refrigerator, and that helps me to, during the day when I get hungry while I'm working with the girls or playing or whatever, and I swing by the kitchen, I'm like, wait, what do I need to eat right now? I'm not actually like just dive into the cabinet. So that's what works for me. I like it a lot, but there are tons of good systems tech-wise too if you want to do it like that. So let's see. Tomorrow is the 23rd, so it's the week of 23rd through, man, the month's almost over. Wow. Through the 29th. And as I shared last time, I told Dan this when we've meal planned together, I always start with dinners first. It just makes the most sense because those tend to be the meals that have like 5 containers in one when you're doing the container system. So, and then I work from there to lunch and breakfast, which for me are typically very redundant. I do the same things because I like simple. And then I fill in snacks with whatever containers I have left. So that's the direction I go when I do it. And so I'll start with dinner. Now we had on our meal plan this week to come home Thursday to our already cooked crock-pot pork carnitas. But the pregnant lady forgot to start the crock-pot on Tuesday before we left town. So we didn't do that. So I have pork left over, and I'm putting that on the plan for tomorrow. Those are the moments where you do your best to stay on track with a dinner that you throw together in 10 minutes. I will do pork carnitas Monday, and I think we'll have them again then on Wednesday. I am a big proponent of leftovers and only actually cooking meals 3 times a week. So I pick 3 main meals, and I have leftovers of them on 3 other nights during the week. And then the other off night is my treat night. So it's kind of how the routine I've gotten into. And I just am not a big fan of cooking in general, so it makes it less cooking for me, and it works great. So pork carnitas, the way I write this down then, I put little boxes below it that tell me how many containers that's worth. So it's 1 red. It is 1 green, because I have it with spinach. It is, oh, come on, where did I put that? There it is. 1 yellow for the corn tortillas. And it is 1 blue for the cheese. Okay, so that is Monday and Wednesday's dinner. And then I flip back. I don't like reinventing the wheel unless I'm going like, we've been having the same thing forever. Then I go search those sites that I've shared with you guys. I just look back over past weeks and go, what was really good? What should we have again? Ooh, we haven't done that in a while. Chicken quesadillas. That sounds good. I must be in a Mexican mood this week. Hi, Melissa.
Little man, so thank you.
So how do you use your chicken quesadillas?
It's crock pot. Give me just a second. I'll do that on Tuesday, and I'm going to write it down on Thursday. It may end up being Friday, depending on when we do our treat night. We've been flip-flopping from Thursday to Friday. Okay, so chicken quesadillas. This recipe I actually got from doing freezer meals before I had Lucy from Wild Tree. If you've never done Wild Tree, it's totally fix-friendly, clean eating, approved. Like, their stuff is legit clean eating, good stuff. So I did a freezer meal party before I had Lucy and made like 20 meals for us when we moved here to Sabetha, which helped me to be as close to clean as I could be postpartum, which is the hardest time, right? So if you know anybody that does Wild Tree parties, they're so worth it. It's one of those companies that I really, really love. And I got this idea from them. So I still follow the recipe I have from that, and I can copy it because it's obviously like duplicatable. You can make it with other kinds of spices and stuff versus having the Wild Tree kind. But basically it counts for a red. So I write down that one, red. It is a green. Because I do use the all-natural salsa with it, and that does count for a green if you have the good stuff. And that is buyable. I know they say if it comes in a jar, it doesn't count. That's like, you know, what a lot of people say. You can find good quality salsa. Hi, Ashley. You can find good quality salsa that is still very close, if not on plan. So I tend to get it when I'm around a Dillon's Marketplace. They have that whole like natural organic section, and they have some really quality salsas that you can get. Trader Joe's is another place that has great stuff. There is a brand that's close to being totally clean at Walmart. If you're like us out here, where Walmart's the closest organic-y type of place we can get. But if you go, you know, like on a trip and make a trip to do a Trader Joe's or Dillon's, that's something like one of those staple things. I always buy a few jars of that when I can get it. So it's really, truly clean.
Christy, can you send me a picture of what you have already since I'm late?
What? Say it again.
Can you just take a picture of what you've written down already for me since I was late?
Yeah.
Please.
Let me do it.
Had a meeting at church.
No, you're fine. I will take the picture in that feed where I said, don't forget, I'll be on Zoom. I'll post it in there.
Okay.
Oh, Cassie's asking, how do I get on? Melissa, would you mind helping her to find that in the actual app, like how to get on? Tag her in like where I have the Zoom link.
Oh, is she in the?
Yeah, it's Cassie.
Team? Is she in Team Crave? Team Heart page?
No, she's asking on the app.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's where I'm posting this picture of what I have so far.
Oh, in our Real Solutions group?
Yes. Yeah. So if you could help her, that would be awesome. Okay, so I have Monday and Wednesday pork carnitas, Tuesday and Thursday / Friday, whichever one I end up doing treat meal, I'm not sure. Chicken quesadillas, and I'm going to make a note to share that wild tree recipe.
So your quesadillas, you said it's the red. I'm assuming, yeah, because do you use the tortillas?
Okay, I couldn't hear that all the way, but it was, I think you're asking what it counts for, and I have it for a red, a green, a yellow, and a blue.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, and then I'm going to write on Friday, treat meal. What I have shared so far, guys, is that I always start with dinners because it makes the most sense to start dinner where you have tons of containers all in one, then move to lunches, breakfasts, and fill in the remaining with your snacks. So that's why I'm down on dinner right now. Okay, and then Saturday, Sunday, let's see, what else could we, we were talking about doing chili. That sounds good. So I think we'll do crock pot chili on Saturday and on Sunday. Oh, you guys, my computer just said it's gonna die on me. 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You're still there, that's good. Okay. All right. So I wrote down for Saturday and Sunday, chili. Look back real quick. There it is. Okay. I just wanted to verify what I counted it for. So chili is 1 red and 1 green.
And can you share that recipe too, Christy?
Yeah. Will do. We're very, as Daniel and I have gotten better at this clean eating thing, we are very, do it from memory, if that makes sense. So, you toss in a little this, toss in a little that when you're doing like spices, that kind of thing. So I can share like the base recipe with you. And we add spices to our tastes, and we have to do it a lot blander because of our girls, not like in spicy. So, I mean, all of these have great base, and then you can change up the flavors based on the spice you add in, so you can make it spicier, or, you can add in more, like, we don't like chunky tomatoes and stuff in ours. We like it to be more of like a tomato sauce kind of base. But if you like actual tomatoes, you can get chopped tomatoes and just make it your own.
So do you cook Monday? Do you cook for Wednesday too? Are you, because you pork like you have the same thing?
What I said is I hate cooking. You know this. I hate cooking. I cook 3 times a week. I cook Monday or Monday and Wednesday. I cook Tuesday for Tuesday and Thursday. And then I cook Saturday for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
Dinner-wise. So I'm only cooking 3 times a week, and it tends to be a crock pot, which you can't even really consider cooking, right? So
I'd like, for me, with 6 of us, that's just a ton of food at once to cook. So
yes, it is. That is so true. I will learn that as my family grows here.
Well, as yours get bigger, like I have 2, teenagers, so.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of teenagers, do your teenagers eat that?
They eat what I cook and they have no choice.
Okay.
I have a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 11-year-old, and a 13-year-old. And the rule has always been forever, what mommy cooks is what's for dinner, or you may go to the next meal.
Yep. That's what I always did.
Too hard to do it otherwise. I'll make exceptions. Like I have one that hates potatoes, like doesn't even eat a whole thing of French fries at McDonald's, hates potatoes. And so like if I make potato soup, I will not make him eat potato soup, you know. And then my husband is somewhat picky, so I do limit, like I'll kind of stay within those parameters.
He just stepped in right
as he walks in. Hi. They can see your face. See your face.
Hey, hubby. Oh, and here comes mine.
Oh, here comes another one.
Are you
All the
going?
hubbies.
You're going up to the church? Okay. All right.
Grace.
Hey, Daniel.
Such a nerd.
They just want to be seen.
Okay, so yes, dinners that I'm set for dinners for the week, and then I move on to lunches and breakfasts. And I am, like I said, I am the kind of person that I don't mind eating the same thing every day for a week for lunches, breakfasts. I am super simple. That's what I've found has worked for me to be successful and to stick to my plan. And so I do that. And if I get bored with it, then the next week I change it up and do something different for it. Or I'll do, like, when I was teaching, I was outside of the home, I would do like every other day, you know, like, so I could still prep ahead of time, but Monday would be one thing, Tuesday would be one thing, and then Wednesday would be back to what Monday was, Thursday would be back to what Tuesday was. It was simpler, and it made it easier for me. There are tons of people, though, that can't do that. Like, they're like, I need different, and you can make it work. It's just for me, and the level of time I was willing to put into differentiating daily, this worked for me. So, just being honest. I always have at lunch a shake, and I put in there spinach to get rid of one of those awful green containers. I don't know if you guys saw me share this week, Cassie and who else? A few people were asking about almond milk, and if you're using unsweetened, where it's the 30 calorie, like 1 gram of sugar, if that should actually count for a yellow container. I've never questioned it. I just followed what the book said. So she asked, and I was like, you know what? That's a really good point. I'm going to go see if there's any chatter about it online. And I went and looked, and I researched, and Autumn had actually put out a video where she said, if you're using unsweetened almond milk, and you're using, she was technical, she said 4 or 5 ounces of it, don't count it. And I was like, hold up. That's a huge deal for me, the yellow container lover. So that was awesome for me to see. And I still use my full 8 ounces, and I'm just not counting it. So that's what I'm doing. This is the first week I don't have to write down a yellow for my almond milk, but I always make my shakes with almond milk. So that's a good switch up. Did you guys see that?
Okay, so now I'm going to have a problem because I get the half and half. Half coconut, half almond.
That too. That works. She said if it's the combo coconut almond or almond, both of those are the same kind of thing. You just want to make sure it's not the sweetened kind. If it's sweetened, it has a lot of sugar and it needs to count for a yellow. But if it's the unsweetened where it's literally a gram of sugar and it's 30 calories, you're good. That was a good finding. Mm-hmm. And I always put either, depending on the recipe I'm using, I'll either put peanut butter in my shake, or that time is when I take a scoop out of a container and I just eat a dollop of peanut butter to get that healthy fat.
That's best.
So I include it there.
So the almond milk, does it just give it a different flavor? I just always mine with water is what I put in my shakes. Is it just flavor, or what do you get from the almond milk?
Flavor. Mm-hmm.
Flavor.
Yeah.
I hate mine with almond milk. It makes it cream like weird kind of
See, and
gelatinous.
I've been meaning to ask you, Melissa. I have been, I don't know if it's my pregnancy, what it is. I am liking vanilla Shakeology for the first time
It's
ever.
amazing. It's the best.
I always hated vanilla. And now, so you said blueberries and pineapple. I got them yesterday. I cut up the pineapple. Do you do that with almond milk, or is that just with?
No, I just use 16 ounces of water, or a little more actually. If I'm putting spinach in, if I want to put a spinach in, then I'll put a little more than 16 ounces of water. But otherwise, I hate eating fruit. So I put all of it in my smoothie every day. So I put a cup of blueberries, a cup of strawberries, and a cup of pineapple. And sometimes if I have spinach, I'll put a cup of spinach in. And 16 ounces of water. That's what I do every day.
Cool. Cool. Oh, hey, Rachel. Hey.
Hi, sorry, I have my kids, so they're making noise and causing ruckus.
You're fine. You are welcome to be here just as you are. We get it. Okay, so that is really helpful for me to know as I go into experimenting with vanilla.
Right, and I put any fruit in it. Like this summer I had peaches, so I did one that had peaches, and I had mandarin oranges that needed to be used, so I did mandarin orange and peaches and pineapple chunks. So like just any fruit, and then you really can't taste vanilla at all.
That's awesome. Okay, so lunch I have my shake with spinach with kiwi and fruit. It's in there too. And I just write down fruit because it's typically a banana, but now that I'm going to be experimenting some, it's going to be whatever fruit I put on hand. And you guys may think I am nutso, but I love eggs at lunch, and I have eggs every day at lunch. Easy. If I'm really doing well and I'm not pulling my hair out trying to feed my children, I will cut up and dice up peppers, bell peppers to throw in with it too, so I can get another veggie container, which is great. But I have to be in the right place with my kids. So we'll see. We'll see if I can get it. If not, I'll eat carrots later. And that right there is, let me make sure I got everything. Yeah, that's everything that I have with my lunch. And working backwards here, I have breakfast. Again, you guys know I've shared, I am a double shake user. So I have a shake with breakfast. And it is not for any other reason other than it's simple and I can make that in like 0.2 seconds versus like making myself a big breakfast. So that's why I do too. So I put spinach in it. It's the same kind of thing. Write down that green. Peanut butter. Fruit. Typically banana. And then I always also have with my breakfast either whole grain toast. And I don't know if you guys saw it. Like I shared it yesterday. I had it with my lunch, actually. I sometimes make like a cinnamon sugary type of toast using cinnamon. Vegan butter. I don't know if you've ever seen that before. What's my brand called? I'll take a picture of it and share it on this feed we have in our app. But the vegan butter it's really, really awesome, and it's not got all the nasty, bad stuff in it. So I use a little bit of that and count it as one of my teaspoons. And then I use stevia, like actual stevia. Out of it, you can get it in the same aisle as like Splenda and all the other coffee filler stuff. You just have to really read that label because there are a lot of stevia lookalikes that are actually like chemically filled bad stuff. So there's only one that I've ever found that is actually like in the ingredients list, it just says stevia. And I found it at Walmart. So anybody can get it at Walmart. But I make like a cinnamon sugary type of toast sometimes, or I do granola with almond milk. And I get the granola, the Cascadian Farms granola. You can get that at Walmart too. There's a really big selection of them at like the natural stores though. Walmart in our area only has like 2 flavors that you can get, but they're both pretty good. Just look when you're picking, if you're looking at a huge selection of them, look at the sugar content on them because some of them are higher than others. And you just want one that's kind of a lower sugar amount. So either granola or whole grain toast with my breakfast.
Hey, Christy, can you send a picture of that granola too?
Yeah, I will do that. The one I have right now is really good. It's called like Ancient Grains. I really like it. And my kids eat it too, so it's good. Nora asks for it every day. She says, "Can I have granola and almond milk?" So it's good. It's really good. Okay, so at this point, now that I have like my main 3 areas filled in, I fill in snacks. And before I do that, based off of my container amount, I write that over here on my sidebar. You can see I'm starting to write. That was green 5. It's backwards. But I write them on the side so I know how many I'm supposed to have each day. Purple 3, red 5. And I'm in this higher category right now just because I am pregnant and still slightly breastfeeding. So I make sure I'm in that category above what I would actually be. It's what I have felt the best doing, so that's what I've followed. So I have 4 yellows, 1 blue, 1 orange, and 5 teaspoons. And then I write below each day, each of those categories, green, G, P, R, Y, B, O, and teaspoon. And at this point, I check and I tally just to see where I'm at in each of those categories from my breakfast, lunch, and dinner totals. So I know now I have 1, 2, 3 greens. I have 1, 2 purples. 1, 2, 3, 4 reds. 1, 2. Man, that feels good to only have 2 yellows at this point. I love this almond milk finding. Best thing ever. Let's see. I have 1 blue. Don't have any orange yet. And I have 1, 2, 3 teaspoons. Okay. So that's kind of what I have just below my Monday column there to let me know where I'm at. And from there, I fill in my snacks. So I know I need 1 more fruit, and I'm going to throw that in the morning with an apple. And I know I need an orange, so I'm going to put sunflower seeds at that time too. Sunflower seeds are my go-to orange container. And you know, it's important to get the kind that is like a low sodium or no sodium, just plain nuts. And then what I do is when I get home, I use my all natural seasonings, toss them in the bag and shake it up so it flavors them a little bit. But I'll have apple and sunflower seeds at that point. So now I have an orange. I've met my goal for purples. For my afternoon snack, I know that I need 1 more red, and I'm liking cottage cheese right now. So I'll put down cottage cheese to finish off my reds. I need, let's see, I need another green. So cucumbers, I'll put cucumbers with that. They've been my other pregnancy favorite right now. Okay, and what else am I missing? Blue, orange. Okay, just my yellows and my teaspoons. So you guys have talked about sweet tooth issues, right? We all have them, just the way our culture is, right? So my favorite thing to do when I know myself well enough to know that my sweet tooth often hits after dinner time, after I put the girls to bed. At that point in the day is when I just want to start snacking on sweet stuff. So I have already just written into my scheduled planner each week that I have one of those Fixate yellow treats. That's what I have almost every night. So I'll make like a whole tray of those peanut butter bars. You have to limit yourself, though. You can't eat like a whole entire tray of them. So I let myself have one of those with another kind of crunchy green snack, like carrots or cucumbers again, because I get munchy at that point. I know I just want something that's along those lines. So I make my own kind of column after dinner time in that like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock range where I have that. And I know there's a whole lot of opinion and research and data about eating after a certain time in the evening. I have been doing this for a really long time now, and it's never fazed me. I mean, if you know your body and eating late is not good for you, then I guess just don't do it. But for me, as long as it's a clean thing, it's not something that's loaded with junk, I'm eating cucumbers and a peanut butter bar at night, I'm fine. So I just write that in, and that counts for one of my yellows. And it is 3 teaspoons. So it will put me over on, I'm supposed to have 5 teaspoons and I have 6, but give and take, right? And that fills up my greens. Yeah, so that's everything then. So that right there, I'll just read through it all for you again. Breakfast each day, I'm going to have my shake with spinach, peanut butter, and fruit, and then granola almond milk or toast with vegan butter. It's whole grain toast. Snack in the morning will be apple and sunflower seeds. Lunchtime, I'll have a shake with spinach, peanut butter, and fruit again, and I'll have eggs. If I can make it with veggies loaded into it, I'll do that instead of having cucumbers at snack time. Afternoon snack, I have cottage cheese and cucumbers. And then I have my dinners across the week. And my evening snack would be cucumbers and peanut butter bars. And like I've shared with you guys, like I make it simple. I do that all week long. And if I get bored of it, the next week I change it up and make some different pieces of it different for my sanity. But that is the basis of how I do my meal planning. And it looks like this when it's all done. Because I just do it all the same all the way across.
I have a question about the Fixate cookbook. Do you think that really, I don't know, I've been kind of tempted to buy it, but then I don't know if there's going to be stuff in there that's like crazy and that's not going to, I guess, ingredients that I wouldn't even have in hand, or is it not that bad?
No, it's really not bad. I had the same kind of like, is this going to be for somebody like me who hates cooking? You know, there are some recipes in it that, like any cookbook, where you're like, yep, not going to do that one. But I have gotten a ton of my staples from that cookbook. I really, really like it. And it has a lot of, like, the main meals, the lunches and dinners section has a ton of the things I've made for dinners regularly now. But the big thing in it that's really awesome is the whole, like, dessert section. Like, for me, knowing my, like, sweet tooth and that nighttime where I want to eat on something sweet, that whole back section has that kind of stuff for me. And I feel much better eating that kind of stuff than, you know, a whole sleeve of Oreos, which I would do in the past. So,
right. Okay.
So yeah, I think it's great. I think it's worth the money. The other piece, like, if you don't want to get the cookbook and you just want to see how Fixate works, on Beachbody On Demand, I don't know if you've looked at the Fixate show on there, something that Autumn and her brother, who is like a gourmet chef, they have come together to bring her, like, simple approach to food and his, like, thinking big approach to food to stuff that we can apply to our meal plans. So she helps tone him down from, like, the gourmet chef thing, but he also, like, helps her to think outside of the box and make things that are really, really good on plan. And I loved that show. They just released it was it in September after Summit?
I think so.
Yeah. So, I mean, they don't have it on there regularly, but there's a whole bunch that they've put on in the last several months for holiday cooking. And I mean, they just have tons of ideas. So if you want to check that out before you actually get the cookbook, it kind of gives you an idea of the type of stuff that they have, and it's free. You already have it with your club membership.
And then I have another question.
Go for it.
I'm gonna be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to a conference in Hutchinson, which usually, it tracks. Obviously, I can take the Shakeology, but I probably won't be putting the and I get them small like what you were showing, and I'm assuming that will grind up the spinach and the banana and everything, won't it? What you were showing earlier.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And so usually for my morning snack, I just have a piece of fruit, and the afternoon snack, I have some vegetables. Should I just take those? Our room's going to be in the same place for those. Just take it maybe and just put it in the purse or something. I don't know. I really want to stay on track those days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that's the hardest time too. Like, I just came off of being at conference for 3 days this past week, and the best thing that I can recommend you is to make your plan. It's really nice that your hotel room's where the conference actually is, because you can, sprint up to your room and hop into your fridge, which is great. My hotel was not the location of the conference, so I loaded up my purse with apples from the what's it called? They're like breakfast, the continental breakfast. It had apples and Kind bars, stuff that didn't have to be cold. I had baggies of almonds, things like that. So when you're in that kind of situation, it's hard to be like on plan, strategically following every piece that you do when you're home. But just like making sure when everybody else is snacking on the cookies that they have set out, or the sugared up, loaded, coffee and all of that stuff, that you can pull something out of your bag that's much better for you. So just be realistic, do what you can, but be ready for those moments where, at breaks, they're going to have all of the fancy snacks out there and stuff that you already know ahead of time you don't want to partake in. So that's the best thing I can suggest. I also, when I was making my meal plan last week, I knew dinners we'd be out with other pastor friends, and one of them I totally failed at because we went somewhere where I couldn't get anything good. The other one, my main focus was making sure I get some kind of lean meat, some kind of veggie, and then some kind of, as best as I could, starch, like a baked potato or something like that. So when we went to sit down places, and you just ask for it without all of the good stuff on top of it, or go to a Mexican restaurant and get fajitas where you can eat them without all the bad stuff on it. It really isn't that bad to eat out. If you're going to a sit down restaurant, there's always options that aren't just getting a massive salad that you're going to be sitting there going, why am I eating this while they're eating that?
Exactly.
So
yeah,
there's a lot of good options where you can get a steak, you can get a piece of grilled chicken, you can get good lean meats, as well as a veggie, as well as a clean starch. So,
and so do you always suggest do baked potato for your starch? If you only have baked potato fries or rice, do you usually suggest potato?
I always go for baked potato, and I cut it in half. If they bring out a huge one, I do half of it.
Right.
And then, just do your best with salt, pepper. I know they bring out all that other good stuff to throw on it, but if I'm getting a steak with it, this may be gross, but I will spoon up some of the steaks, leftover juices, and put it on my potato, just to use what's already on my plate.
Yeah.
So I'm not tempted to go grab butter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I'm at home, just so you know, like when I'm doing baked potatoes, because we do them pretty frequently in our house, I use those little Laughing Cow cheese wedges. You guys ever use those?
Those are good.
I use that in place of like cream cheese or sour cream or butter, like that kind of thing. Or I use that vegan butter that I found that I really like. So there's some good options for
I use Greek yogurt is good too on top of baked potato.
Yeah, there's good choices for sure. Good luck this week. I know it's hard. Just be as prepared as you can.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Have you done some of those meals where you cook like a whole bunch of chicken and brown rice and then individual, like you're going to be there 3 days? Pack lunches, make them ahead of time and stick them in that little fridge in your room. That way you don't think about it. You just go upstairs, pop one in your little microwave in your room, and you're done. And
That's
you don't
a
have
great
to,
idea.
You don't, and then it doesn't cost you money while you're out and about at conferences. They usually,
That's very
fill
true.
your budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great idea.
Have you guys ever heard of 6-pack coolers? You ever seen those? They're pricey, but they are so worth it for trying to stay on track when you're traveling. Like when my family goes on trips, we're normally on the road for like 12 plus hours trying to get to Ohio or, on those big type of road trips. And so I asked for Christmas one year for a 6-pack cooler. They're the best. They are so awesome for exactly what she's talking about. They come with containers already that pre-fit the spaces of the cooler. And so you can have in them like your already pre-prepped meals and you just pop them out and there's room for your silverware, all kinds of stuff to go in them. Really, really handy for like traveling, that kind of thing. The most recent time I used one, I was where we were going to a show with the youth group in Nebraska, and I knew they were going to be stopping at Taco Bell for dinner. And I was like, I don't want to eat that. I don't want to eat that. So I brought my 6-pack, and I had my pot roast with veggies and all that kind of stuff in it. That the coolers work like the opposite way too. If you put it in there hot, it'll keep it the same temperature. So I heated up in the microwave for my crock pot meal the day before, stuck it in my cooler and hopped on the bus with them. And they all got their Taco Bell and I pulled out my pot roast, like ate it in Taco Bell. So it's doable. You guys have any other questions? Anybody?
I lost it on my desk.
Do that a lot.
Right? I'm like, where's my devotion?
So you're going to put the chicken quesadilla recipe up on the web, the whatever we use. You're going to put that up.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't know if it's an electronic document, I'll put it in our Facebook feed and just upload it on there. If it's a picture that I have to do, I'll just post it in the feed of this call in our app. Okay? I'll just take a picture of it. And I'm also, what did I write down? I'm gonna share the recipe for, that was it. Chicken quesadillas. Was there something else you wanted?
Chili.
Oh, your chili recipe.
Oh, that's right. Chili and quesadillas. Okay, got it. Will do. Okay, you guys, if you're sure you don't have any other questions.
Nope, I'm good.
Okay, well, I hope that's helpful. I don't know if it's helpful. I got my meal planned in, so I'm feeling good.
You're done.
Holler if you need help as you're working through it. And I'll just keep my eye on that message feed, that thread that we have going. Or you just message me. I'll look for you guys. I always try so hard to keep my eyes out for challengers and coaches on our team above all of the other mess in my inbox, but sometimes people slip through. So if it is a while and I haven't responded, just shoot me a text or post in our Facebook page, say, hey, I messaged you, because sometimes I miss it. So I just have tons of messages constantly flowing in my inbox. So holler if you need me, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Ready to rock this next week?
Almost.
Awesome. Okay, well, have a good rest of your Sunday, and I will chat with you guys soon.
Okay.
See you later.